Welcome to the channel, friends. I want to do a quick video on this install of a RAPTOR dual mode shift and launch light. This comes with two covers, and I want to cover the basic install on my C6 ZR1, which I'll be installing it on. As you can see here, I'm installing the radio, which is handy because I'm actually going to run one of the wires, actually more than one, because I'm going to connect three of these wires to the radio harness, because power ground, and then this white wire is your vehicle speed sensor wire, which it needs for the launch feature. The green wire is for your TAC, so that will go to a TAC signal wire, which will be underneath the steering wheel on the kick panel, which will need to be removed. But since I'm doing this at the same time as my radio, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of, put in some quick disconnect terminals here on the ends of the wire and hook it up to the radio harness to make it simple for me and make the install go easier. But otherwise, there's other ways of connecting this. You can go to the negative side of the coil instead of TAC, but I will be installing it directly to a TAC wire. But the product itself is really nice. It's a programmable unit, as you can see here. You have two push buttons on the housing. There's an actual readout on there. So when you program it, you can set your different shift points or whatever, and also launch control shift point as well. My car already has launch control, but I'm going to go ahead and possibly use this feature as well and see how it works out. But definitely, I want to add a shift light in the car. It's got a lot of power now. I want to be doing some highway pulls and things like that, doing some draggy logging as well. But the shift light, as its initial presentation, is really nice. I really like it. It comes with two little mounts. One's already on it right here. As you can see, it's a quick disconnect type mount. And this one here, I'm not sure. It's a little more firmer. I'm not sure how you're supposed to use this, but I tried to slide it over. It wouldn't slide over easily. You really have to separate that quite a bit. But this is the initial presentation. Comes with instructions, very clear and concise. But there is the general overview of the product and what it comes with. A very simple device. It should be a simple, easy install process. So let me go ahead and get things ready and show you guys what the install looks like. Alright guys, so I want to go over the install of the RAPTOR shift light on my ZR1. And as you can see, everything's a mess here. I have all the panels out, center console, underneath the dash. I'm also installing my head unit, so that's where I got power and ground right off the radio harness. I got the vehicle speed sensor wire and the TAC wire behind the instrument cluster. So I had all of this out. I had this bezel that goes around the steering wheel, pulled the actual instrument cluster out of the car, and I'm able to get both wires on that gray connector on the back side of the instrument cluster. That's the best bet. I did not want to go to the fender and take the fender off and do all that and get to the ECU and pin it there and tie in there. So this was the easiest. I was trying to get the wires underneath. It's not possible because it kind of runs behind the radio and then up into the back side of that instrument cluster. I was driving myself crazy over here trying to figure out probing wires and doing that, and I was like, whatever, forget it. I'll just take apart the whole instrument cluster, and that actually ended up being pretty easy. And then I was able to solder the connections there in the back side onto that harness with that gray connector. Ran the line down here, and this is where the connection is. I'm gonna tuck this up and away. I gotta clean all this up. It's still all a mess right now, but you guys get the idea. I had to get those two wires there, and now I have them right here if I need them in the future. So I'll tape this up out of the way, and I'll be good to go. What other install tips that I want to mention? That's about it. I mean, I think this is a great location, as you can see here. I can still have access to the buttons. And it works great. So I tried it out and it works. For this demonstration, I have the launch mode set at 1500 RPM, and I have the actual shift point set at 2000 RPM, so you can see it on the car. And then I'll raise it up once everything is good. But just to test it out, that's what I did, 1500 and 2000. That way I don't have to rev the piss out of the car to test it out. But the install came out great. Nice clean look, clean install. On this here, it's a dual mode, so that means you have launch and also, you know, your shift point. So with the Raptor shift light, you can actually bypass the launch mode if you don't want it. All you have to do is click it twice on the backside, and it's going to give you a solid flash, like a slower flash. That means it's off. And then when you click it again twice, it's going to flash twice really fast, and it'll be activated. So launch mode will be active. I'll go through that and show you guys. But that's about it. You know, the car's quite a mess right now, but the shift light works. So let me go ahead and start the car up, warm it up, and give you guys a demonstration of what the dual mode Raptor shift light looks like. So when you first turn this on in accessory mode, your version of the software on the shift light will flash on the readout. That's good to know, just in case you need to update your software on it. But once it's actually running and you get into the throttle, it actually reads out the RPM right on the readout. So if you guys are wondering what that is, it's the RPM. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the car now. Alright guys, so there is the install of the Raptor shift light. I'm really happy I took the time to do it correct, and I have a really nice performing shift light here, mounted where I can see it, and I can put to good use. So stay tuned for more videos. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, guys, please go ahead and do so. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.